Hey, what's up, guys? So I'm using this fancy camera now for my videos because it's just better, I just need to upgrade. Shout out to Parsa for letting me use this camera. So I've been in up and down lately, and I'm sure everyone else has. For one thing, I got slapped with a $600 emergency room bill today. Thankfully, well, it was originally 2,500. Insurance covered 2,000, and I have to pay $100 copay, and a $500 electrocardio whatever testing that costed $500, and it was like a 5 minute procedure. And they just like stuck things on my body and made sure my heart was working correctly. But like $500? Are you kidding me? So obviously I was like upset when I found out. For one thing, they didn't even tell me. They didn't tell me that my 3 hour trip to the hospital was going to cost $2,600. So why I went to the hospital, first of all. Oh, fuck. No, I'm not even like accounting the ambulance, because I haven't gotten billed for that yet. But it was 2 weeks ago. I was falling asleep on my bed, and I felt kind of weird. It was just off. It's a little hard for me to breathe, but I just didn't really think much of it. It took me 2-3 hours to fall asleep, and then finally at 2:30 in the morning, I get up. I wake up, and all of a sudden my whole body's tingling, and what else was happening? I was sweating, and my heart was beating really fast, and it was hard for me to breathe, and I started hyperventilating, and I didn't know what the hell was going on. First thing that came to mind though was the possibility of COVID, because my partner got COVID, and he was tested positive the day after I saw him. So I was kind of quarantining. I got tested until I got tested the day before I went to the hospital. But basically, I thought it could have been COVID. I don't know, but I was kind of panicking, and for about 30 minutes, it wouldn't really go away. So I sat up on my bed, tried like breathing deeply, and asking my angels to protect me and stuff like that. But I was just like, you know what, I'd rather be safe than sorry. And so I called 911, and the ambulance came. I went to the hospital, and at this point they put me in a room. I laid down, and just like steadily breathing. I felt calmer this time around, only because I knew I was in safer hands, even though I freaking hate the hospital. But at least I knew that there was people around in case I die or something. That's another thing. I felt like I was dying too. So that's part of the reason why I called 911. But basically, I was laying there, and after maybe another 30 minutes, it started to subside. And while it was subsiding, I felt this light pressure all over my body, and it was actually very pleasant. Just imagine like a weighted blanket on you. It felt like that. As it was going away, as the panic was subsiding, and I was deep breathing, and I was like, it felt really nice and gentle and pleasant. And I don't know what it was, but I don't know, I could only theorize about it. But it felt really good, and at that point I was like, okay, everything's gonna be okay now. And I was just in the hospital bed for like 3 hours, and some people, nurses and stuff, would come in and out every now and then, checking up on me. And oh, another thing. While I was at the hospital, I got my COVID test results back, and it came back negative. So I was like, okay, so this is not COVID. Then what the just happened to me? So at like around 6:30, I was all set to go, and They discharged me. I took an Uber home, and I looked up symptoms of a panic attack because it it was probably a panic attack. And I had all the symptoms: sweaty palms, like tingling all over my body, racing heart, and it came out of nowhere. And I can only, like I said, hypothetical theorize what happened that night, but since all the energies are shifting and changing so rapidly right now, I feel like maybe my body's adjusting to the influx of energies. I really don't know what happened that night, but long story short, I kind of didn't make it that short, but I tried my best. But when circumstances like this happen, where you're hit with unexpected turbulence in your life, just, well, at first I obviously reacted like, what the fuck? Why was it that much? The hospital obviously overcharges us on everything. $2,500 for a hospital visit. But after my, the triggering, the anger and the resentment came up, I was just like, okay, this happened for a reason, and I'll get through this. I'm not gonna end up homeless. Like, I have the money to pay for it, and I'm safe and secure. Like, I'm an infinite being just inhabiting a body right now. So this, in the grand scheme of things, it's pretty, it's nothing. It's benign. This has happened before. I've gotten parking tickets, like $95 parking tickets for parking overnight. It's just stupid. I got 2 in 1 week, but I try not to just dwell and like pay them immediately and just get over it. But with things that with unexpected turbulences, as I was saying, you learn. I'm treating it as a learning experience where I have the power to control my attitude about it, as in I don't have, I was pissed about it, but I'm not gonna dwell over it, and I realize that life goes on. It's the present right now, and I'm gonna be in the present moment. The medical bill, it'll take care of itself. And one thing that I learned during my ayahuasca ceremony that was so clear to me was Aya was telling me that you're set for life. There's nothing you need to worry about. There's nothing for you to worry about. And the things that come up in life are meant to be teachers, are meant to trigger you. And it's all learning and growing. So I try to see every turbulent thing that happens to be in my life as an opportunity to grow and learn. And I recognize that everything happens for my growth, in my favor, for my benefit. And as long as I have that mindset of I'm growing and learning from this, and I'm getting a lot of good and benefit out of this, even though it sucks right now, I know that this happened for a reason. So I'm just gonna trust it and see what happens, because I know that, like, if I focus on the universe providing me positive results from a negative circumstance, then I can only get that in return, because whatever we focus on grows, and we really do create our own reality in that what we focus on is what's real to us. So I'm going to focus on the fact that this is going to be beneficial for me. And I don't know why or how, but I'm learning from it. So I'm just going to move on with life. And yeah. Trust.
Meep.